Hi everyone. I just thought I'd pop in, say hello, and also let you know that I'm in the process of planning out those videos for various cleaning and cosmetic products that you've popped requests in for. So I'm hoping to get those, we'll start filming those by the end of this week, and I'll slowly trickle them out as I go. But what I wanted to just quickly talk about tonight was my personal experience with doTERRA essential oils, how I was introduced to them, why I decided to start using them, and the initial changes that I saw. So, not where I am now with the different things that I've used them for and the improvements there, but the initial things that kept me wanting to learn more about them and incorporate more and more oils into my daily routine. So I was actually introduced to essential oils by chance by a really good friend of mine. Um, I hadn't really done any research into them. I hadn't really even heard of them other than making a house smell pretty instead of candles. So I said, yeah, I'll come along to this oils class. At the time, my son was quite young. And as you go when you've got a little baby, you're not really focused on yourself. So I hadn't really noticed all of the changes that were happening for me, the negative things that were in my life at the time, and I'd kind of just put them aside, and I was just trying to get through the day to day. So when I actually went to the class, most people always talk about they had something happen in their personal life that really just made them go, oh, I need to try essential oils. Not for me. That personal moment was actually when I was sitting in the class, and my now mentor, Amy Innes, she was actually teaching the class. And as she was going through the different oils, I really started to resonate with so much that she was saying, and so many of the ailments that she was mentioning that you could support with these oils. I'm thinking, I'm experiencing that every day. Things like nausea, head tension, um, little things like having, a lot of hair fall in the shower, and just kind of putting that aside and thinking, well, that's just normal for after having a baby. It'll get better. But what I really had to understand was it's not going to get better unless I do something about it. So at the end of the class, I'd made a little list, or a rather big list actually, of all the things that I wanted. And as I went through the prices, there was just no way that I could afford to get all of these different oils based on their single prices. So I actually ended up enrolling with a home essentials kit, which was the top 10 oils plus a diffuser, and plus your enrolment package with all of the ongoing support. And if you were to price, separate the price of the top 10 oils alone, it's just massive savings. And for the things that I wanted to do to start with oils, it was the perfect introductory packet for me. So I got my home essentials kit, and I looked at it and I thought, I'm really excited, not too sure how to use it, but I did some research and I really got going. So what I wanted to just chat about was the first initial things that I found, the big changes for me in those early days, and what really changed the skeptic side of me, because I am a natural skeptic. I'm looking for things to fail, and I have to say I'm still looking for the oils to fail, but I'm yet to see anything that hasn't helped the ailment that I'm trying to support or treat. So with a lot of support from my mentor, and that is something that's really important, and why we always say to enroll with a wholesale account, is that you get that ongoing support and guidance so that you are using your oils safely. One of the first things that I wanted to look after was my skin. I actually had always had pimples to some degree. The severity just depended on what time of the month it was. And I'm a picker too, so I couldn't leave them alone, so it would just be worse every time I touched my face. And I'd never been able to just comfortably go makeup free without being self-conscious of my skin. and luckily I was lucky that it wasn't so severe that I couldn't cover it with makeup, and I know that people get it to that degree, and I would really love to help support you with my knowledge now about the skin and how you can support your skin with essential oils. But for me, it was, I wanted to just feel comfortable. Um, and I started using frankincense and fractionated coconut oil as my moisturiser oil instead of my normal moisturiser that I just got from the supermarket, as well as tea tree oil. And after applying these oils to my skin, even the first night that I used frankincense, the inflammation in my skin seemed to just die down. It wasn't as red, it wasn't as sensitive feeling, if that makes sense. When I touched my skin, it always felt a little bit sore in a way. And then after about 3 days of using frankincense as well as tea tree on individual spots, my skin started to clear, and it just got better and better. And now, as long as I don't pick, I do not have, and I'm so happy to say, I don't have any red spots. I don't have any pimples coming up. And that's an amazing thing for me at 28 years old to have gone from age 16 through to age 27 and a half, always having pimples and thinking, surely the puberty is going to finish soon, to then be able to turn around and say, I don't have pimples. And that's amazing. And I can lean in and I can show you my skin. And yeah, that's one of the things that I was most excited about at the beginning. And I love being able to share that with my friends and family and with anyone who's interested, because I really think that these oils can make a difference for you the same that they have for me. Another one was rosemary. So I actually got rosemary because I was noticing a lot of hair fall in the shower. I've got very fine hair, a lot of it luckily, but I was noticing that there was just more and more coming out. And after using the rosemary as part of my shampoo and conditioner, I noticed that my hair was healthier and there was less hair fall. So that was a great result for me. Also, I always struggled from motion sickness, so driving in the car or any kind of motion on the boat, on a plane, anything. And I started using Digestin for that purpose, to try and ease that nausea. And when I started using it, just diffusing it in the car, there was no more nausea. I actually was having a lot of bouts of it due to unbalanced hormones after having a baby, and that was a real lifesaver for me, to be able to have something natural that I could just pop in the diffuser or pop in the air vent in the car and not feel sick anymore. Perfect. The other thing that I was having trouble with after having a baby was this ongoing hormonal imbalance. So you look it up and they say it takes 6 months for your body to basically get back to where it was. It takes a lot longer than that. So I just kept on sweeping it under the rug and thinking I'll just wait it out until everything kind of falls back into place. But as soon as I started to use, and there was a couple of oils in particular that were of big support for me, I really started to see massive changes in just my general emotional well-being. So how level-headed I was, how well I was able to cope with stressful situations, how well I was able to cope with lack of sleep and not letting that lead to massive frustration and acting out in any way. So what I really found was, again, the Digestin for the nausea that was related with that hormonal imbalance. And also I was experiencing a lot of night sweats, which freaked me out about early menopause and things like that. And I'd stopped breastfeeding at this time, so there was no real reason to be going through these night sweats, other than that my hormones were still out of whack. So the big oil for me that I used was Claricalm, which is the woman's monthly blend. And the Claricalm, I started applying it just over my ovaries, and that was the beginning for me. Diluted over my lower abdomen area. And after about a week, the night sweats were gone. I wasn't waking up just covered in perspiration. Um, it, they just stopped, and that really surprised me, because I thought, you can apply things to your face topically. You're getting results exactly where that oil's being applied, but the Claricalm helping the hormonal issues the hormonal issues that were happening, that was a big one for me, because it showed just how deep these oils can actually settle inside of you and support such intrinsic ailments that people have. And I haven't gone back from that. That Claricalm really made me just go, wow, because I had been told that I need to go on different medications and things like that, and I'd been putting them off, and to not have to turn to taking a tablet every day was just a godsend. Another big one was using lavender to help me get a nice rest and nice sleep. My son he'd been sleeping through for a while, but I was still waking up every hour and a half or so, and then laying there, and then the monkey mind kicks in, and you can't fall back asleep. And I was always tired, even though I really didn't have a reason to be tired, because I could have been sleeping for 12 hours straight, because my son was. So I started applying lavender on the bottoms of my feet, big toe, on my temples, on the back of my neck, and my sleep. I was so much more rested going to sleep, so I wasn't having that trouble of actually falling to sleep with my mind thinking about all the things that I had to do the next day, or all the things that had happened during the day that had just gone. And I started to sleep through. I went from waking 5 times a night to waking 2 times a night to waking 1, and now most of the time I don't wake at all. And that was really great for me, because all of a sudden I was getting quality sleep, and I was able to be a better mum, a better wife, and a better friend and family member to all the people around me. So that really made a difference. On Guard was another one that I was using, and that I still use and I swear by. Really supportive to the immune system. And any time that I come down with something, or I'm exposed to external threats, the symptoms and the severity of the symptoms and how long they actually last has been really minimised by using On Guard around at that time when you are feeling unwell. And also another big thing for me was being able to swap all of my cleaning products for natural alternatives. So I started with just the glass cleaner, the all-purpose cleaner, and the bathroom cleaner. And they were so easy to make, so much cheaper than buying supermarket products. And now I've moved on to replacing my air fresheners, replacing my deodorants, replacing my dishwashing liquid, all of those things. I've been able to now use my essential oils to replace them with natural and effective alternatives that I know are safe, that I know are going to actually do the job that they need to do, if not better than the commercial products that I was getting in the supermarket. But also that when I clean my son's toys now, I don't have to worry about him putting them in his mouth and what he's actually ingesting. So that's a real comfort for me, knowing that everything in my home is clean. It's germ-free, but it's not done in an unhealthy way, and my house isn't full of bleach and all sorts of nasties that it potentially could have been. So they're some of the main experiences that I found from first starting to use the oils. I've obviously come a lot further than that through my own research, through working with my mentor Amy, through working with my friends, and the relationship that I have with the oils, I know is just going to continue to develop and to continue to get stronger as I learn more and more about these oils and the ability to share them with everyone and really make a difference in people's lives. So I would really love to have the opportunity to help you with anything that may be coming up, and that, well, anything that's resonated with you during this video, or anything at home that you've just wondered. I've in the middle of cleaning a shower with bleach, have you ever thought, this is sticking in my nose for the next half an hour? Is there another way? And I'd love to be able to help you with that. So they're just a few things that I really wanted to just get out there about my personal experience, where I started and how I got to where I am now with the main oils that made that difference in the first part of my journey. And yeah, I'd love to answer any questions you have, and meet up with you for coffee or whatever it is, and just have a chat, and really I'd love to have the opportunity to make such a positive influence in your life, and help you to feel empowered to make natural choices and things that will help you in the future. All right. That'll be me for tonight, and I'll talk to you guys soon. And yeah, I will have those cleaning videos and cosmetic videos coming up soon. I just have to find a moment to actually sit down and video them. All right. Have a great night, guys. Bye.